Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tricky Jim. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's our second stream of the day. Earlier, I got to do some tabletop testing with my good friend Jesse Parker, and we got to try out some new decks from the Black Bolt and White Flare set, and that was a lot of fun. Really, there's not a ton of new stuff, but there are some key cards that change already existing archetypes, and those cards are quite impactful. We got to see the new Jellicent EX in action as a part of the Gardevoir EX deck, which I think is just like a really high power level card. The fact that it blocks tools and items is super nuts, and it just gives Gardevoir like an extra added level of control over the game. I do think that a lot of decks are going to have to adapt to keep up with that, and it looks like Gardevoir is just continuing to get stronger and stronger as the new sets get revealed, with the addition of Jellicent in the Black Bolt and White Flare set, and then there's the new Stadium that allows you to discard a Psychic from your hand and then fill your hand to 6. That is other decks would have to set up a Revavroom in order to do that. You understand? That's like a stage 1. You'd have to set up a stage 1 in order to have that effect on your board. But sure. With the new Stadium, you'll have it as an instant 0 cost card that you could just put into play and fill your hand to 6 as the Gardevoir deck, and get energy into the discard pile so that then you can use your Psychic Embrace ability to accelerate it into play. Just super broken. And then of course the Mega Gardevoir. I mean, why the heck not? Mega Gardevoir EX on the horizon too. Just a great time to be a Gardevoir fan in the Pokemon TCG. But that's not all, folks. I had a ton of fun playing my new juiced up Miraidon deck, and it was my first draft of the new list, and it was a lot of fun to play. I will post the list in the Discord later. I just didn't have time between the last stream and this one, because I went for a jog, actually. I went and ran a little 3 miles to, get my butt out of this seat, because I spent a lot of time here. Thank you so much, Kyle9128, for the tier 3 sub over on Twitch. We've got an awesome stream ahead tonight, folks. It is League Challenge night here at the shop at Full Grip Games. These players are going to be competing for those super coveted championship points. And for those of you that don't think that league challenges matter towards the world championship chase, well, that is just incorrect, because league challenges can make all the difference. One of our locals, Austin Charles, just barely qualified for Worlds, was tied at 125th place, and they brought everybody from 125 up to Worlds, and he was tied, literally tied for 125th place, and originally wasn't going to get his invite, and then got his invite. So because Pokemon decided, instead of doing a play point tiebreaker, they decided to just bring everybody who tied for 125th. So it every point matters, and the grind starts here. And it's always a fun part of the season when things are just getting started, because there are a lot of players that are kind of flirting with the idea of potentially going for a Worlds invite for the 2026 season. Maybe they'll attend the first few sensible regionals to attend. They'll go to locals, and it could be a situation where, if the season starts off strong and you end up spiking a couple of regionals, and then it's okay, well, I have the makings of a world championship run here, so we might just go for it. It's always an exciting time of year, because you've got those players that are kind of flirting with the idea of going for an invite. A lot of our locals, I think, are kind of on that cusp of wanting to get to a point where they could conceivably go for an invite. I mean, Austin Charles got his invite this year. He's one of our locals and has earned a couple of Worlds invites, I believe. And obviously Jesse Parker is one of our locals, and got an auto invite this past year, but is a kind of a locals Pokemon TCG legend, honestly. As far as grinding locals go, Jesse was one of those players. Like, obviously he kind of popped off with like the third place finish at the 2024 World Championships in Hawaii. But Jesse was one of those players that, I mean, we used to just commentate over Jesse's games week in and week out back pre-pandemic here during local league night, right? So it's really cool to see players ascend the ranks on the world stage and start off on the local level, right? So so for us, we got Austin Charles going to be attending the World Championships. Jesse going to be attending the World Championships. It brings me a lot of pride to see players that come from our local scene qualify for the World Championships. So, my best wishes going out to our local players who will be in attendance at Anaheim. But with this new season comes a new wave of excitement and new players to look out for. Which one of our local players here is going to be a World Championship hopeful? It all starts now, folks. You could get on the board with 15 championship points for winning tonight. I suspect that we're going to have 5 rounds. We are also going to be doing the +1. The Pokemon Company International has announced on their website that for the 2026 championship season, they're doing away with +3 turns. Now, apparently, they have answered in some support ticket emails that they're not going to be enforcing that until September. But like, as far as publicly announced details for how to run your tournaments go, they have only announced that +3 is over, and that they'll be doing +1 now. So for our league challenge tonight, we're doing single game, 30 minutes +1, because apparently +3 is dead. So that's what we're doing. No more +3 turns. It is now turn 0, turn 1, end of game. Now, that should not be a problem because it's best of 1, folks. You should be able to finish a game of Pokemon cards in 30 minutes. The year is 2025, okay? It shouldn't take that long. So, if you're playing some base Neo and dealing with like Cleffa flips and things like that, like, I get it. Those games, it's actually kind of crazy to me that those games used to be played in 30 minutes best of 1 as well, because like those games can go on pretty long. If you're playing like a Kingdra mirror in base Neo, like that can take forever, with all the energy removals and the Pokemon centers and the heals and the Cleffa flips. I mean, those games can just take an eternity. So we'll see how things go tonight. Looks like round number 1 just got posted, and I will report with all of our information as far as like how many players we have, prize money. Full Grip Games does payouts 100% store credit for entry fees. Our entry fees for league nights usually $10. So if we've got 30 players for this challenge tonight, then that's $300 in the prize pool. But we'll have to see. So usually a good bit of cash being played for at these Full Grip Games league challenges. And of course you got prize packs, and all of that as well, going out to top finishers. Full Grip Games also going to be having a huge 4th of July sale starting, you'll never guess this, on July 4th. That's right, July 4th through 11th. I need to raise my chair. Maybe I just need to sit up straighter so that everybody can see my awesome Lil B shirt. That's right, look. Akron right there, baby. Down in Ohio. Swag like Ohio. TYBG. Let's go. I gotta sit up straighter, I guess. That or adjust my camera, but it's all the way over there. So it's probably... That's probably not happening. All right, players are eyeing up their round 1 pairings. We'll see who we've got as our feature match here. Enhance. Enhance. Oh no, not the beard. We'll see who we have for round number 1. And what kinds of decks players are favoring. For me, you know it's Raging Bolt. I love Raging Bolt. If I were playing in this challenge tonight, it would be a Bolts night for sure. Raging Bolt broken deck. I need to get the stream dice down there. We'll see if Heather answers the phone. Got to get these stream dice. I did forget. Nope. All right. Let's see if Zeely's got me. Please. Please. Please answer. Oh, man, they're too busy running the tournament. All right, let's see if Chase will answer. Come on, Chase. Come on, Chase. Answer, Chase. I see your phone. It's right there in your pocket. Call the store. All right, Chase is not answering. I'm going to text Heather and see. Sweet. All right, I just texted Heather. I tried calling 3 different people down there. Nobody's got my stream dice. They go right there. That's where the stream dice go. Right there. As you can see, they are currently missing. I forgot them. Well, this should be a fun match to watch. Chase is one of those players who is like, starting to attend regional championships. And he and his friends, are all trying to compete to see like which one of them can be the first one to like top cut a major event, right? And I think like Dylan has played in a couple of day 2s. Chase has been really close to day 2. Joe is like right on the cusp as well. just trying to like break into that upper chunk of players at major events. It's exciting, honestly. It reminds me a lot of like me and my friend group when we were all starting to play, just like testing all the time, carpooling out to big events and just seeing which one of us in the car. Ben has day two'd? All right, that's hype. Yeah. Ben has day two'd as well. That's right. Ben Peacock. That's right. Ben Peacock has hit some day twos. I know Dylan has. I think Chase like lost his win it in at one. John Patterson actually finished in like the top 64 of a regional, I think, relatively recently. Heather, my goat. Let's freaking go, Heather. My goat with the stream dice. Thank you, Heather. Let's freaking go, guys. Thank you, Marco Spector, for that Prime sub over on Twitch. Appreciate it. Let's see what we've got going on here. For round number 1. God, this table looks crispy. You ever just sit back and think to yourself, like, dang, that Pokeball table's looking nice. That's what I'm feeling today, folks. That Pokeball table is looking real nice. We'll see what it do. Is it Gardevoir? Yes, I think Chase is probably playing Gardevoir. Chase has liked Gardevoir and Dragapult lately have been the big decks that he's been playing. So we'll see what he's on here. And Sean, I think I may have seen a Charmeleon in Sean's hand. Maybe. So could be a sign of things to come. We'll have to see. We've got, 30 was a pretty good estimate, folks, because we've got 34 players in the house tonight. That is 6 rounds for our league challenge. And we are getting underway right now. Classic standard matchup. Chase on the left with Gardevoir and Sean on the right with Charizard, Dragapult. So we've got 6 rounds tonight, folks. 6. Going to be playing 6 rounds of best of 1 Swiss, 30 minutes plus 1 turn. And that means that there is $340 in the prize pool for tonight's players. Sean's got a great opening going first. Buddy Buddy Poffin, Dreepy, and Charmander, and a pass. No energy drop, unfortunately, but does at least have that Buddy Buddy Poffin to continue setting up. And Chase has got Psychic to Screamtail and research and finds a Nest Ball, but honestly kind of an ugly research looking at it too. You can play this Nest Ball. It's got a pair of Darkness Energy and I think another rare candy and a research. So if Chase top decks an Ultra Ball or a Gardevoir, he's got like a bailout. But if he doesn't top deck, he's going to be discarding both of these rare candies back-to-back turns while setting up. But Sean could always play something like an Iono as well, so it's not a surefire thing. I do think Chase only has 1 out to a basic search in his hand off of this research, so it's probably just this Nest Ball. Yeah, I think it is just this Nest Ball that he's got, so it's got to go for Ralts. You cannot afford to go get Badoo here. Want to get that Ralts down so that you can start evolving it up into Kirlia. I do think that there's a Kirlia there in his discard pile. He's got a Night Stretcher in his hand, so he could Night Stretcher for Kirlia and go next turn. Chase just passes, decides not to slap the monkey for 30, which makes sense, folks, because Monkey Dory will gladly just pass that damage right on back with the Adrenabrain ability. Sean top decks Charizard and is playing Arven to go get Rare Candy. And I think I know what that means. We're going to see Rare Candy, Charizard, Infernal Rain, accelerate some energy into play. He's got Ultra Ball. I think, yeah, Ultra Ball and Rare Candy Charizard. Cool. And Infernal Rain will accelerate 3 fire energy. I think if Sean was going to Ultra Ball those cards away for Dracloak, I think I might have liked to see Recon Directive before the Arven got played, because who knows? What if you use Recon Directive and you draw into Rare Candy? I guess there is an argument that if you're going to use Infernal Rain, you're thinning your deck of 3 energy first. So there's that. So like maybe you could make the argument that your draws will be stronger off the Recon Directive if you thin those energy out first. So I guess I could see it either way. They both make sense. Either way you cut it up, though, Sean has got the turn 2 Burning Darkness for 180 damage with the 330 hit point Darkness type Charizard staring down a Monkey and a Ralts. It's not looking great for Chase, but let's see what he could do. If there's something to say about Gardevoir, it's that you're just never out of it, right? You're never totally out of it, but this does seem like a pretty tough board state. To play out of. Chase has got Research and has to discard that second Rare Candy. Does find Artisan and another Monkey. And can use the Artisan to go get Ralts. But now if Sean can just chase down Kirlia, things are going to get really problematic for Chase. Because Chase has both Rare Candy in the discard pile now. So, yeah, that's just sketchy. That's horrible. Chase basically has to have Kirlia in play in order to guarantee the chance to evolve into Gardevoir next turn. And is kind of just saying, yeah, I just am going with my single Kirlia here. Have to Badoo and Itchy Pollen. Let's see what Sean has got going on. It's got the immediate rescue board dropped onto his Monkey Dory, so going to be able to pivot that out of the way real easy. And is also using Artisan to go get another basic out of the deck. Probably just want another... I was going to say another Charmander, but... JP works too. Maybe the other Charmander's prized. Certainly a possibility. And then this is just a ton of pressure for Chase to deal with. And there's no easy way to knock out this Charizard. We did see that Sean is playing Jamming Tower as well, so Jamming Tower could also come into play if Chase overextends the amount of energy on a Drifloon to take a one-hit KO. On a Charizard, the Jamming Tower could come into play and allow Sean to take a double knockout turn, which would be massive. Pair of recon directives. And then here comes Charizard. With the boss's orders! Oh, and Chase is over it. Yeah, this is a nightmare. Absolutely not what you want to see round one of the League Challenge, folks. Just not what you want to see at all if you're Chase. But if you're Sean Stevenson, you're stoked on that. Heck yeah, dude. Got out my turn 2 Charizard. Chased down the Curlia. My opponent had to discard 2 rare candy. That's what's up. So, GG's, Sean Stevenson taking the dub there in round number 1. A super quick game. I mean, only 9 minutes off the clock there. Everybody else pretty much still playing their sets. But the stream match is over. So Chase going to drop to 0-1. Sean Stevenson up 1-0. 34 players for the League Challenge tonight. Got a full house. 6 rounds, so better get comfy. 6 rounds tonight. All right, what else we got going on in the world of the Pokemon franchise? The world of the Pokemon TCG. Thank you, Charizard, for that gigantified emote there. 100 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you. And Jesse Parker with the gigantified emote. Chris Hunter with the sub. Marco Spector, Kyle9128. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's head over to the old desktop here. See what we got going on. Let's go to the beach each. Grant Manley's definitive Raging Bolt guide for Worlds. Let's see let's take a look at the newest cards. Head over here. You know what we could do? We could talk cards, or folks, I could boot up the client. That's right. The Pokemon TCG Live. I've got to update it. Oh, man. All right, let's look at these cards. The client, dude. No client. That's a nice looking Ivysaur there. Solar Trans. Yep, we took a look at him with the Jungle Dump. How many Venusaur have the dump attack? That's something I want to know the answer to. Venusaur. How many Venusaur do you think? Maybe it's better to just look up keyword dump. Why is this operating like the year is 1997? I don't know. We've got Mega Venusaur. I don't... Should we believe in tankiness in 2025? Is it possible for a tanky deck? I don't think it's possible for a tanky deck to be the best deck in the game. I don't think it's possible. Certainly not right now. I'm not saying it's not possible ever, but I don't know, man. The tanky strategies, I guess, let's think of like past tanky decks. I guess like Arceus Duraludon was kind of a tanky deck, right? And that deck was pretty good. I think Boss's Orders and Research are rotating out of Standard, right? So that is interesting. Hariyama with the Sumo Catcher. When you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active. That's just on a Gust, like on an Evolve. Gust on Evolve. 210 for 3? This card's kind of crazy, dude. It's interesting, yeah. So you can use Teal Mask Ogerpon, right? And you accelerate the energy into play with Teal Mask Ogerpon, and then you move the energy around with Mega Venusaur EX, right? So that's like a concept. Seems fine. You've got the Premium Power Pro and Mega Lucario EX. Premium Power Pro, that's just Electro Power for fighting cards. Sure. Mega Lucario EX, Aura Jab. Attach up to 3 basic fighting energy from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. Okay. Weak to Psychic. Is it even worth reading if it's weak to Psychic and gives up 3 prizes? Let's be honest. Weak to Psychic gives up 3 prize cards. Like, does that not just invalidate you from the Pokemon TCG this year? I'm feeling like it kind of does. I mean, 270 for 2, that's a lot of damage. 130 accelerate 3, that's a lot of energy. But 3 prizes, weak to Psychic, not to mention there are tons of cards that resist fighting, like the Psychic ones. I mean, just pack it up if you're playing against a Psychic deck, right? Lily's Determination is crazy. This card is so good. I cannot believe that they power crept Cynthia. I cannot believe it. It just seemed like, Professor Oak's new theory, Cynthia. The Shuffle Draw 6 just seemed like it was a forever effect. But Shuffle Draw 6 just got power crept, dude. Shuffle Draw 8 if you have 6 prizes remaining, and then it's Shuffle Draw 6 for the rest of the game. Now, I saw someone on YouTube saying that this card is explicitly better than Research. I don't know about that. Okay. This card is very good, but like, is it explicitly better than Research? I don't know. Discard Draw 7 is really good. But maybe. They're at least like very comparable in power level, right? I would say that they're very, very comparable in power level. But this is a very good card. Do not get me wrong. This is an incredible card. I do think this is just going to be kind of the new research. No, isn't research rotating? That's why they had to print the broken stadium for psychic decks, guys. Because research and boss are both rotating, aren't they? Research and boss are rotating. That's why they had to give Gardevoir the broken stadium, so that they could still get their energy in the discard pile. Yeah. Well, Guardy rotates the same time? You're so right. Gardevoir EX rotates, but not Mega Gardevoir. Hey, let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, you're right. Gardevoir EX. God, it's crazy to think that Gardevoir EX is rotating out of standard. Our first Scarlet and Violet cards are going to be rotating out. I guess so. But rotation's still a long ways away, so let's not worry about all that yet. 360 hit points. Overflowing Wishes. For each of your bench Pokemon, search your deck for a psychic energy attached to that Pokemon. Okay. Mega Symphonia. 50 damage for each psychic energy attached to all your Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, this card seems quite good. Seems good. It's Alcremie VMAX. Except you don't have to discard. Alcremie VMAX had to discard the energy. Mega Gardevoir does not. Bro, you could just play Mega Gardevoir with the Spidops, dog. Broken deck 2026 right here. It's Mega Gardevoir EX. It's Spidops. Boom. Cover your weakness. Weak to dark. I've got the Spider. Spider charges psychic energy to itself. Gardevoir goes blammo. Let's go. That's the messed up deck right there. And it lets you play Giovanni. I'm saying, bro. I'm saying. There you go. Guardy will find a way. This card is good. Like, honestly, of all of the Rockets cards, this card is the best one. For sure. But Rocket Rush does only do 30 damage for each of your Rocket Pokemon in play, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Because the attack only really reaches the numbers that you need if you're playing an all-Rocket deck. Mega Latias EX. This card is terrible. All right. 280 hit points on a basic Pokemon. Mewtwo already did that for 2 prizes. Who cares? Strafe, 40, Switch. Okay. Mirage Pulse. I'd rather be playing Pikachu EX. Okay. Pikachu EX also does a 300 for 3 discard all energy situation. Pikachu EX can use Sparkling Crystal. Pikachu EX doesn't give up 3 prize cards. Pikachu EX has the built-in ability that makes it hard to one-hit KO. Nah. Sorry, guys. And I'm going to put the real dagger in here. Mega Latias looks stupid. That's right. I said it. Mega Latias isn't even a cool-looking Pokemon. Ugly mug right there. Latias was way cooler before it got all mega. Before it decided to go all mega or whatever. Nah, dude. What is even going on here? Latias is like a very nice looking Pokemon. See? Look how nice Latias is. And then what happened? What happened to him? Honestly, this looks like Mega Latios. What is the difference between Mega Latias and Mega Latios? This doesn't even look like a Latias. There is none? Wait, there is no Mega Latios? What? Let's see. All Mega Pokemon. Show me all of the Megas. Oh, yeah. Here we go, dude. Here we go. All right. I remember I had a stream years ago where I ranked all of the Mega Pokemon. They are literally the same. Wait, what the heck? Okay, so this is Mega Latias. Okay. And then Mega Latios. What the heck, bro? wait. What the heck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you're telling me Mega Latios has red eyes and Mega Latias has yellow eyes. Oh, okay. Got it. Sure. Yup. All right. Got it. Yup. Okay. And they're both purple because red and blue make purple. They should have fused into one, like Dawn Wings and Ultra Necrozma or something. They should have fused. Mega Latios has got wings that go this way, and Mega Latias has got wings that go the wrong way, like objectively. Okay, I see that now. This is like a trying to spot the difference puzzle, honestly. I wonder if there's any more differences that I can find. It'd be easier if I were comparing them side by side, but I feel like that would ruin the fun. It's like one of those puzzles you get in the coloring book where you like have to find as many differences as possible. Latios has a mustache? Now you're just lying to me. There's no mustache. There's no mustaches. All right, so these are all of the Megas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? 48? Is that what 6 times 8 is? Stay in school, kids. God, I'm a genius. All right. There are 48 Mega Pokemon. 50 if you count the primal reversions, which I do count. Honestly, everybody knows that Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon are Megas. They just called them something different for no reason. Everybody knows that. And what's funny is that like they're some of the coolest Megas that there are, because it's like, yeah, that's just a Kyogre, he just looks sick. They didn't try to like overdo it. All right, chat. What's your favorite Mega? Let me hear your favorite Megas, chatters. And why is it Ampharos? God, he's so beautiful. He's so beautiful. I don't even think it's close. Mega Ampharos is like by far the coolest mega. If all of the megas looked as majestic as Mega Ampharos, then I would be a huge mega stan. But most of the Pokemon they just ruined with the mega effect. I'm saying. Like, Mega Rayquaza is fine. He's just Rayquaza, but more. Like, I can get behind that. You know, he looks more Rayquaza, more like a Rayquaza, like a crazier Rayquaza. Like, that's fine. He's still a crazy dragon snake. Like, all right, like still a crazy flying dragon snake. Like, that's fine, right? I think Mega Rayquaza is cool. Mega Sableye, I think, is objectively really cool. You know, he's got a big gem thing. He's just a Sableye with a big gem thing and like a couple more spikies. Like, I can get behind that. I like his big gem. Like, where did he find it? Mega Banette is really cool. I actually think Banette is one of the few designs that they like really nailed. I think, yeah, Mega Banette's like perfect. You actually take like the original Pokemon and you make it like a lot cooler. And Banette's already sweet, right? But to have like a mega form that I feel like actually just kind of enhances and makes the Pokemon, like, honestly, this could just be an evolved form of Banette. Like, you could tell me that this was like Banette Senior and I would be okay with that. Right? So like, to me, that's kind of what Mega Pokemon should feel like. Like the next logical step for a Pokemon. And I think the thing is that it just became increasingly evident that there is no next logical step for like a ton of Pokemon. For a ton of Pokemon. There are a ton of Pokemon out there that have no business evolving to the next step, okay? Let me point out a few to you. Sharpedo. What do they do to my dude, man? What did they do to Sharpedo, man? Sharpedo was perfect. And then you did what? You gave him spikies on his nose and a yellow beard? Why? Why did you do that? Why? Mega Slowbro? My dude can't even stand. Like, how is he supposed to exist? Like, at least these Slowpoke, they lounge around. Slowbro, Slowking. They all stand, but Mega Slowbro apparently just exists. He floats in the aura. That's it. Okay, no. Silly. Mega Blastoise, one of the most criminal designs. You took my childhood. The GOAT starter Pokemon. And you did what to my dude? Like, man, dude. Like, ain't no way. Mega Blastoise, why's he gotta have a cannon that big on his back? It doesn't make any sense. All right, Mega Gengar is cool. I think that's fine. Yeah, Mega Gengar is sweet. Nothing to hate about Mega Gengar. It's just, you know, nothing to hate about Mega Alakazam. He's fine. He's got more spoons and a bigger beard. Like, okay, I get it. That's cool. More hair. That's the thing. If they just made it so that more of like the Mega forms just had more hair, then I think that they would be on the right track, right? Like Mega Ampharos, for instance, more hair, got better. Mega Alakazam, more hair, looks great. Like Steelix, though, you know, like like Steelix already has like the meanest case of underbite, and somehow it got worse. B-Drill is fine, I think, as far as like megas go. B-Drill's alright. Gardevoir, honestly, looks exactly the same. I don't even know that I could tell you. Oh, she's got 2 spikies through her chest now? Like, okay. Sure, man. I guess. Was it necessary? No. Heracross, this is Pinsir. Pinsir, here's the thing. I'm not like super into Pinsir as a Pokemon, but I think if you were really into Pinsir, you probably would also be really into Mega Pinsir. I just have to assume that, because he just does look like the most evil, crazy bug Pokemon ever. And if you're into Pinsir, you probably like evil, crazy looking bug Pokemon. So you're probably pretty stoked with how Mega Pinsir looks, because he's like more evil, more buggy, and crazier, right? So I would have to imagine that. Mega Sceptile. Sceptile objectively looked cooler the old way. Mega Swampert. You know what? I don't like Mega Swampert, but I can respect it. At least he's like... At least he's freaking huge. Like, I respect it. At least he's like got his own thing going. He's like the freaking Hulk, man. He's gigantic. Like, I can't be mad about it. I don't prefer Mega Swampert, but like, at least he's got his own. He's the only Mega that just got swolled up. Mega Mawile looks great. Yeah, they nailed it with Mega Mawile. Yeah. Mega Salamence turned into a UFO. And where are his arms? He lost his arms. Do you think we're going to get new Megas? Do you think we're getting new Megas, guys? How many Megas do you think they'll add into the game? Like, Mega Altaria is just, like, how could Altaria get fluffier? I don't know, but it happened. You think we're only getting 4 new Megas? No way, we're getting way more than 4. What's the point? Yeah, some of the starters don't have Megas, so like all the starters will get one. Does every Pokemon have a Mega, or only certain ones? There are only 50 Megas in the game right now. 48 or 50, depending if you count Primals. That's not a lot. I mean, really, it's not a lot of Megas. I think they'll add like 20. Like I do. I think they'll add like they might even mess around and like double up the amount of Megas. They might even just like add 50 more. I could see it. I mean, there's only at least 20. I'm going to say that the new game's going to have at least 20 Megas. You got to have like that is like the whole point of the game, right? Is that there's going to be new Megas. All right. Round number 2, folks, coming up. Let's go. Thank you for bearing with me during the intermission there as our Our first round was very brief. But the league challenge will continue with round number 2, which is getting underway right this very moment. Let's see who we've got on our feature match table. Dylan, Ryan on the left, who last time I streamed Standard League, he played Rocket's Mewtwo and actually ended up getting, I think, second place with it. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, he lost on stream, but still very cool to see Rocket's Mewtwo deck get some traction. And then on the right, we've got Tyler Price. Round number 2, both these players are 1-0. And I'm curious to see if Dylan was brave enough to bring that Rocket's Mewtwo deck again. Ain't no way, right? I think Tyler Price is playing Raging Bolt. And Dylan playing the Poison Archaludon deck. All right. Looks like round number 2, we've got Raging Bolt with the Noctowl engine versus Poison Archaludon. Now, for me, I'm thinking that Raging Bolt should have the advantage, as Dylan probably will not be able to prevent his dudes from getting one-hit KO'd, right? And Tyler should just be able to mow down 3 Archaludon with Bellowing Thunder, and that should kind of just be the end of the story. But maybe Dylan's got some tricks up his sleeve that I'm not aware of. All right, Tyler's got Ultra Ball. And we'll discard Ditto and Fan Rotom, go get Teal Mask Ogerpon. And can start to use Teal Dance to accelerate energy into play. Also, Teal Mask Ogerpon does activate those Noctowl with the Jewel Seeker ability, making it so that Tyler can search whatever 2 trainer cards he wants from his deck every turn. We'll have a Teal Dance here, draw a card, another Ultra Ball in hand. Might as well put the Raging Bolt down. I think I like to see that. And then you've got Noctowl and Iono in hand, which seems fine. You're not really going to want to play that Iono this next turn because you're going to want to Sada, get some energy into play. Something like that. It is a little bit strange because if Tyler does decide to go in with Raging Bolt this next turn, then Dylan has an opportunity to take the first 2 prize knockout. And what you really want to do in this matchup is be the first player to take that 2 prize knockout. So I don't think that Tyler should just dive in with a Raging Bolt to take a single prize this next turn. That seems foolish. But then there aren't any low HP targets on Dylan's side of the board for Tyler to pick off with the little Raging Bolt in the active spot or Fan Rotom. And Teal Mask Ogerpon Yeah, gives up 2 prizes. Also, these Drawdon all resist grass, so yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just a weird situation. Now, Dylan does not have a supporter card in his opening hand, and I think just found Boss's Orders off of that Pokegear. Now, chat, I will have you know that Dylan firmly believes that this Pokeball table is cursed, and that every time he plays on it, he draws bad. So, this game is not necessarily... Did you see? It's happening again, bro. Like, no way. I'm telling you, bro. He knows. He knows it's cursed. He knows, bro. He really thinks the table's cursed. I'm not kidding. All right, so Tyler's got Jewel Seeker, finds Crispin. Crispin can accelerate some energy to the Raging Bolt. Prime Catcher as well. I mean, sure, right? You do not want to play this Iono, especially after Dylan did not play a draw supporter there. Nah, yeah, and as we could see, Tyler just going to gladly get rid of the Raging Bolt in his hand, and Iono. And you probably just have to get another Jewel Seeker. Just say, hey, that's fine. I'll Jewel Seeker again. Go get 2 more trainers out of my deck. Yeah, it's weird. Like, what do you want to get? I guess he's like getting a supporter for next turn. Then you didn't really need to. I would be fine just seeing like a Area 0 and like a Nest Ball for Mew or something, so that you could just like start drawing more cards. I would be fine with that if you were going to use the Jewel Seeker. I also don't think he had to play I think there's 0 point to playing the second Jewel Seeker right now. I mean, Tyler is evolving the like, why would you do this, right? So Tyler just evolved the second Noctowl into play to get 2 supporters that he can't play this turn. So yeah, not something you want to do, but Tyler's still in a very commanding position here. And Dylan with the top deck of Iono. I mean, this game's not over yet. He's going to get to find 6 new cards off of Iono with the hopes of getting an Archaludon into play. And this is exactly why Tyler should not have used that second Jewel Seeker, right? Absolutely no way. Because now he's like out. He's out like that. You just used a Noctowl for literally nothing. And would just be in a way better position if that Noctowl was just a Hoot on the bench. So, looks as if Tyler absolutely going to get punished for that. Dylan is able to find a Brute Bonnet. Got an Ancient Booster Energy Capsule attached to it as well. Which means he can start inflicting poison. Dylan's also got Pheasantipity. Flip the script. Can draw 3 more cards. And then poison will be inflicted with the Brute Bonnet. And Dylan very much still has a chance in this game. I mean, if Tyler doesn't find some live cards here. And look at that. Noctowl off the Iono, but cannot actually use that Jewel Seeker ability because of the fact that he evolved up that second Hoot Hoot for 2 supporters that got sent to the bottom of the deck with Iono this turn. So does have Area 0 Underdepths and can bench a second Ogerpon, Teal Dance. But yeah, this is going to be... I mean, Tyler does have the cards he needs to take another knockout. He's got the Lightning in hand, so he can just knock out the active again and go to 4. But doesn't have any additional backup right now, right? Like no Pheasantipity in play. Not that it matters because the Archaludon will be able to take knockouts with Poison, which doesn't activate Fez. So Dylan could very easily win this game. And a lot of that is because I feel like Tyler overextended on that first turn and is now just going to get super duper punished for it. All right, so we've got another knockout, Raging Bolts, Bellowing Thunder. Tyler's going to go to 4 prizes remaining. And let's see what Dylan can do. 2 prize deficits. Dylan's got an Iono. And an S-Ball. So off Nest-Ball. We'll see what he grabs. Does need to find an Archaludon EX. As there's not one in his hand right now. It does have the option to flip the script. Metal Defender also does 220 damage. That will actually activate Pheasantipity because the active Raging Bolt does already have 20 damage on it. So that's something worth noting as well. Tyler probably going to be set to his next 4 cards, though, as it looks like Iono is probably the supportive return for Dylan. We'll see if... Yeah, and Tyler doesn't have that backup Raging Bolt in play either, so just kind of like in a weird spot. And if he's only playing 2 Raging Bolt EX in his list, we'll have to find a Night Stretcher. I mean, this would be a pretty good rip if there was a second Raging Bolt on board right now, but there's not. So I think, yeah, Tyler found Sada and Nestball, which is not really guaranteed a good play unless he does have another Raging Bolt still in the deck, but I think he discarded it. Meanwhile, on Dylan's side of the board, he did find an Archaludon and has an Ultra Ball, discard a Metal Energy. So the next question is, does he have enough energy in the discard pile now? I know he's got at least a couple. Also would have liked to see Tyler discard at least one of the energies off the active bolt, leave an energy on Teal Mask. You kind of have to assume with 2 damage counters on the Raging Bolt that it's going to get knocked out by an Archaludon coming up. I mean, Archaludon does perfect math to deal with bolts. If Dylan only has 2 metal energy in the discard pile and none in hand, he is just, I mean, like, unbelievable. The curse, dude, is the curse still active? Here I thought Dylan had a chance to get out of this. But if he's only seen 2 metal energy, holy smokes, dude. and has to pass. Unreal. Has only seen 2 metal energy. I can't believe it. So Dylan has to pass turn, does not have the energy he needs in order to use Metal Defender. He needs to have seen 3 metal energy, and with the Iono and the Flip the Script, was not able to find 2 additional energy. Just crazy. Oh, there should be 1 more damage counter on the bolt because of the stadium, right? I'm on it. You guys gotta fix the damage on the bolt with the poison jungle. Yeah. Okay. Dope. Perilous jungle, whatever. We got there, folks. We got there. Teal Dance. I cannot believe that Dylan missed the energy, dude. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. You know, and then Tyler's decision to keep the energy on the active Raging Bolt ended up being correct. Eventually, I would say, like, if Tyler was able to build up enough energy and get like a second Raging Bolt in play, this match would be, I think, at a certain point kind of beyond. But the one thing that Dylan has going for him is that Tyler does not have a Pheasantipity in play, does not have a Mew EX in play. I think like that, like I said originally, when Tyler did decide to use that second Noctowl earlier on in the game, I would have really liked to see him just go for the Mew EX and get that into play, because at least then you make it so that you have some board stability. But right now, Tyler is kind of just flying without a parachute, has no Mew, no Fez, and no Hoot Hoot either, right? So let's see if Dylan can actually finally get an Archaludon. Take a knockout. Tyler has half the prizes accounted for now. 3 prizes taken. And here is Archaludon EX. Assemble Alloy. 2 energy from the discard pile. And honestly, Dylan is not out of this game yet. And the reason he's not out of this game yet is because Tyler has no real board state. I mean, his second Raging Bolt is in the discard pile. What if Dylan doesn't find this energy? Oh, he doesn't find the energy. There's still no energy. All right, you can flip the script, right? All right, flip. He's got to find an energy here. There it is. Oh, baby, and the vessel. Oh, he's got it. Oh, man. All right. Dylan will finally be able to announce Metal Defender. It's got Night Stretcher to bring back, I have to imagine, yep, a Duraludon. And honestly, the odd prize here doesn't matter from Tyler. Dylan's trying to go 2-4-6. And he's got a real option to be able to do this with a 2 prize take here. And like I said, Tyler has got absolutely no board stability here. No Fez, no Mew, no backup Raging Bolts, no Hoot Hoot. Just wild and free out here with the baby bolts. But still in a very good position in this game if his hand can be agreeable. He does have Night Stretcher in the hand. Huge. He can go Night Stretcher for Raging Bolt, Sada. I mean, that's pretty much all he needs, right? So No, he plays another bolt. Okay. Looks like Tyler actually has 3 bolts in deck. So is not playing the 2 bolt list. I think he's playing 3, because I think there's 1 in the discard pile. I could be mistaken on that, but I thought there was 1 in the discard pile. I think there's 2 in the discard pile now. So he's able to nest ball for another Raging Bolt, and does have Sada, accelerate 2 more energy into play. But I would like to see Tyler get, I mean, like in a dream world, Tyler gets a Mew EX and a Fez, or like a Mew EX and a Hoot Hoot down on the bench with Area 0 under depths. That's what you really want to see here. Some board stability, right? Because next turn is the turn where Dylan's going to want to Iono. And if Dylan takes the knockout with Perilous Jungle and Poison between turns, then Fez doesn't get activated. So you're going to want to have Mew EX down, and you're going to want to have a Hoot Hoot down to give you basically the highest odds of being able to find the game-winning cards off an Iono to 1. Because that's basically what you're looking at. Like, your hand is going to get set to 1 next turn. So you have to think, like, okay, well, what am I doing to help play defense against that? So we've got Sada. Accelerate some energy onto the Ancient Boys. And draw 3 cards. Then there's an energy switch too, sure. After all, why not? I would like to see a backup bolt hit the bench too. And there is a Night Stretcher already in Tyler's hand. I mean, Night Stretcher for the grass is fine, but you do kind of leave yourself without that backup attacker. I guess if you leave the 2 energy on the... So I'm thinking here... All right, Tyler's got 1 prize left. You can also start to think about, from Tyler's perspective, right? Like, if all you have to do is hit like a Sada and attach, can 90 damage. You start thinking like, okay, well, how many energy do I need in order to win the game with Baby Bolt? And I don't think winning the game with Baby Bolt is a real option. There's not enough small threats, not enough small Pokemon to pick off, I should say, on Dylan's side of the board. Holy smokes, dude. Burn and the laser? The laser! Does the laser poison and burn? Is that what it does? And the watchtower? Oh my god, it's going down, dude. But Dylan did not have a hand disruptor there. So it's all going to be down to, does Tyler have the game-winning cards? I mean, and he's got a huge hand. You have to imagine that he does. But again, I don't think Tyler should have just wasted those. I feel like Tyler really kind of used the Night Stretchers without considering the consequences. So now Tyler is without a Night Stretcher in his hand. So let's see. Does Tyler actually have the final Raging Bolt? Is it Jewel Seeker? Is it Blood Moon? Is there Blood Moon in deck? Can you just go like Blood Moon, Boss Game? Is that an option? But like looking at Tyler's deck, like I don't know if there's any real attackers in there. the Watchtower could be the game-winning card because he doesn't have Jewel Seeker right now, right? And this is one of the reasons I was saying Mew EX kind of like has to be in play here. Yeah, because Blood Moon doesn't work under Watchtower either. Holy moly, dude. I think Dylan cooked, dude. But like I said, all right, so imagine if Tyler had saved one of those Night Stretchers, then he would have Night Stretcher, Raging Bolt, and then Sada to both of them, right? So, like, Tyler just overcooked. He overcooked himself. He overextended. He used all his Night Stretchers without thinking about, you know, maybe how they could be useful down the line. I think now he's got to just Teal Dance and pray, but I don't even know if he's got a final Night Stretcher in the deck to bring his Raging Bolt. He does have the counter Stadium. Oh my god. And he's got Noctowl. All right, does he have Boss Blood Moon? Boss and... No, don't do it! All right, the Virizion. Okay, he's got it. I'm like, don't extend the hand unless he shows you, Dylan. Make him show you, bro. All right, Tyler just barely got there. That was crazy, dude. Tyler barely got there off the Teal Dance and was able to Jewel Seeker for the game-winning boss after finding the Stadium off of a Teal Dance. So, some really close gameplay there. And Dylan's Curse of the Stream Table persists. Wow, the Watchtower was so close to clutching out that game for Dylan. But Tyler able to draw into that Stadium to bump the Watchtower right there at the end. And was able to skirt by with the win, honestly. So, GG's. Tyler will advance to 2-0 here at the Full Grip Games League Challenge. Dylan going to drop to a record of 1-1. Still got 6 rounds here tonight, folks, and lots of Pokemon action on the way. So, still 4 more rounds ahead. And more Mega Pokemon to discuss, so let's get there. Found the Stadium off the final Teal Dance. There were no more draw options. That was it. Crazy. All right. So who do we think's getting the Mega? Mega Abomasnow, dude. Starmie? Mega Starmie would be sick. But what happens? Mega Camerupt is kind of sick. I like Mega Camerupt. I rock with Mega Camerupt for sure. Too many of the Mega Pokemon are just silly though. Like Mega Manectric. He's pointier. Mega Aerodactyl, also pointier. I think that was like a major theme. Pointier. This Mega Charizard X is cool. I'll give you that. Mega Charizard Y. I don't feel like Mega Charizard Y needs to exist. Just like I don't feel like Mega Mewtwo X needs to exist. Come on now. Mega Mewtwo Y, at least, like... Alright. Mega Mewtwo X? Ugh. Can't get behind Mega Mewtwo X. Mega Scizor? Can't get behind Mega Scizor, dude. Can't do it. So yeah, Megas on the way. They've got to... Well, the thing is, for all the new Megas, they're probably going to print, like, new Mega Pokemon cards, right? Does every Mega Pokemon have a card? I don't think so, right? Can't be. Let's look at all the Megas that exist. Show me Megas. Where are you? Come on. There's too many things here. Primal. All right, I found Primal. I'm struggling here. Is Mega not here? I feel like Mega is not here. It's because it's here. Boom. Got it. But Primal was down there. What the heck, dude? All right. Now the cards, the thing about Pokemon cards is they have a way of making even the lamest Pokemon look sweet. That looks dope, dude. The old Megas with the Japanese text, man, they looked fire. I'm a hater on Mega Sharpedo, but this card looks sweet. But you know what's horrible about this card? The fact that the Mega Evolution Rule box just goes straight, like, in the middle of the artwork. It's just like, like, look at this huge, ugly text bar, like, cutting the card in half. They would never do that, I feel like, in 2025. That looks horrible. Oh yeah, Camerupt, my goat. He looks sweet. Yeah, these cards all have aura for sure. Dang, dude, some of the Megas are starting to get expensive, dog. Like Mega Charizard. Yeah, a couple $100. You got the gold Mega Charizard, dude. How about that? Maybe the old Megas are going to see a bump in collectability with the new Megas coming out. They do have like a very cool thing going on. This card looks sweet. Like even Mega Mewtwo X, who I'm a huge hater of, undeniably looks kind of sweet on the card. Sheesh. I mean, it's crazy that the full arts like really look awesome, actually. The full art Megas. I think I underappreciated how cool the full art Megas looked back in the day when I was playing through this time. Like, this card looks incredible, honestly. Yeah, dude. It's crazy to me that these cards can fetch this kind of price tag now. crazy to me. Like, these things used to just be worthless. I remember back when they were worthless. It hurts, man. God, this card is sick. Honestly, 5-band graphics, people are haters on 5-band graphics, but 5-band graphics, low-key kind of cooked with these, all right? Look at this. That looks incredible. That's an amazing-looking Tyranitar right there. It looks so good. Mega Ray looks so sick. Mega Sceptile. That's the thing, is like, I think most of the Mega Pokemon look super goofy, but put them on a card, slap some Japanese text, some cool background, like, dude, looks amazing. This makes Mega Sceptile look amazing. The gold Rayquaza. Oh! Oh, I got one of my chase cards at, I went to Collecticon Cleveland over the weekend, this past weekend, and I was able to get one of my chase cards. A card that I've been looking for here. I don't know why my camera just went out, so sorry for that. Card that I've been looking for here for the last few months. The Rockets Tyranitar, the VS series. This is a Japanese exclusive card. So yeah, love this. And this is like the Marauder or something, the Masked Marauder. I don't really know who this character is, but he's apparently on this Rockets card. Apparently he's working for Team Rocket on this card. But I don't even know, is he a member of Team Rocket? Like, I don't know. But I really wanted this card. I think Tyranitar is cool. This guy, I love the Rockets Pokemon. I collect Rockets cards, so. I did hear that I think he's from one of the movies. Yeah. All right, we got our next round going up, folks. Next round. Let's go. Round number 3, Full Grip Games, Akron, Ohio. Let's get it. John Patterson on the left. On the right, we've got Michael Romeo. Both these players are 2-0. Like I said, John finished in the top 64 of regional championship last year, so that was a dope finish. So congrats to John for that. I think that's one of the higher placings at a regionals this past season from our locals. For sure. All right, here we go. Doubt we're going to be seeing another Arcaludon on stream, but we'll have to see. So that's Raging Bolt. God, I love Raging Bolt, dude. I love it. See, yeah. So, actually, Austin Charles got top 16 at the Fortaleza Regional this past year. So, was going to say, John's top 64 was certainly one of the best finishes, but Austin's top 16 from the Fortaleza regional in Brazil. Yeah, I mean that is that's an excellent finish there. And round number 3 is underway. Let's see what we've got. Looks like John is playing Raging Bolts. And it's got turn 1 fan call. Go search for a couple of Hoot Hoots and a Noctowl. Teal Dance to the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Michael playing a Dragapult deck. And key things to watch out for in this matchup are getting your owls gusted up and having them stalled out with Badoo or Maractus. Holy smokes, look at the Squirtle in the pocket. God, I love it. That's so sick. And it's just going to be an Iono. Both players going to put their hands to the bottom of the deck, draw 6 cards. And let's see if Michael can find anything else off the Iono. Uh-oh, maybe just has a Monkey Dory. Not a lot else there. Uh-oh, it has to just pass. John is loving the looks of this. Lone Dreepy in the active spots. Crispin in hand. All you have to do is Crispin. You can go get a Grass because I think John has both a Fighting and a Lightning in hand, so can get Grass in just one of the off-type energies. Like Grass and either Lightning or Fighting out of the deck. And then attach the Lightning. Yeah, this is a great play from John. You want to go get the Grass so that you can Teal Dance that one into play. Use the effect of Crispin to attach the Fighting to the active Raging Bolt. And early Crispin lead is just as good as it gets. For the Raging Bolt deck, you almost always like to start off with Crispin because it just gets your energy into play. Then you start using Bellowing Thunder to discard the energy, and then once you've started discarding energy, you can use Sada's Vitality to bring that energy back. Now for John here, John can safely discard the energy off the Teal Mask. I also think he's got like a little bit of a awkward hand, so you definitely want to discard the energy off the Teal Mask because there is a Night Stretcher in hand, and he can Night Stretcher the Grass energy back and then draw another card with Teal Dance next turn, so definitely the right call there from John. And Michael's got Arven this turn, so still not out of it by any means, but is playing from the back foot and is going to have to find a way to navigate from here. And a lot of times, Dragapult likes to go Counter Catcher, likes to go Item Lock, likes to use Maractus. Wouldn't be a bad turn to do some Item Lock shenanigans. But again, John's already got an established board, so if that Item Lock isn't paired with a Counter Catcher, then John's just going to be free to take another knockout with Raging Bolt. So I have to say, I mean, this is feeling super risky from Michael. Michael does not have another backup attacker right now and just used Arven to go get Reset Stamp, or Unfair Stamp, excuse me. Used Arven to go get Unfair Stamp, so won't get an opportunity to play a supporter off of the Unfair Stamp. Sorry, I'm trying to give the Squirtle as much screen time as possible. And if Michael doesn't find another basic Pokemon here, I mean, that's it. That's literally it. It's got nothing off the unfair stamp, and that's it. Nothing. Like I said, that play just seems super risky from Michael. Arvin for unfair stamp. And then no other basics off the unfair stamp. And that's it. John just walking away with the dub. Really playing a card like unfair stamp off the Arvin there with no backup Pokemon just seems like a really risky play. And obviously it didn't work out there for Michael, so better luck next time. John going to advance to 3-0 here at the Full Grip Games League Challenge. 34 players in the house tonight, so that means tonight is a 6-rounder. First place going to be taking home $110 store credit. Second place, $90 store credit. And rounding out the rest of the top four, they will get $70 store credit. So some great prizing tonight for our top finishers, or top four finishers. Got a lot of store credits to compete for. And, I mean, chatters, I know if I was winning some of that store credit, which mega Pokemon are we buying with our store credit, folks? Let's get back to looking at megas. Where'd my megas go? Don't tell me I closed out the tab. Dang it. Closed out the tab. All right, let's see. I'm bringing it back. Ah! Here we go. Boom. It's cool. I know where the mega selection is now. It's over here. Is mega. Stage mega. Show it to me. All right. Which Pokemon card has the coolest mega card? Honestly, this Steelix looks crazy. The Steelix is so sick. It's two types. It's shiny. And it's Steelix. All right. I mean, there's a lot going for Steelix here. And he's only $50. So, less than that even. Yeah, you can find a good Mega Steelix for like 20, 30 bucks. Let's go. And he's got a really cool card, just saying. Not enough Mega Steelix fans out there. Whoo! Yeah, this card looks great. God, they really knocked it out of the park with these. All right, my camera's starting to bother me. I'm going to lower it. I can't sit up straight enough. We're back. All right, that's better. Dude, I can't believe. Are these some of 5-band graphics' greatest hits? They have to be. They look so good. This one's cool because it's the Radiant collection. Oh my gosh. This card I feel like should be way more expensive. Yeah, this card looks great. Fates Collide cards are cheap. Apparently so. Honestly, Mega Tyranitar looks so sick. Mega Ampharos full art looks so sick. Mega Primal Kyogre looks so sick. This card looks so good. This card looks so good. This card looks so good. Honestly, if you have like a complete collection of all the Megas in like full art form, I'm envious of you. Because a lot of these full art Megas look so good. Like, even this Gengar looks so good. With the Japanese text and the... Man, yeah, this card looks... This looks great. It's even got, like, the Phantom Forces. I don't know. For some reason, in Phantom Forces, they were doing these, like, little jelly bean things. They were just doing the jelly beans in Phantom Forces. No one can explain why. No one knows why, okay? Like, what are the jelly beans? Can someone tell me? None of you can tell me. I guarantee it. What are the jelly beans? Why do the cards have the jelly beans on them? Because Crobat also has the jelly beans. And he's from Phantom Forces as well. See? Jelly beans. Jelly beans. You want to see somebody else with the jelly beans? Not Phantom. Pumpkaboo. Pumpkaboo? Jelly beans. Ditto's got some jelly beans. Yeah. Jelly beans. The longer you look at this Ditto, the more unsettling it gets. Just continue looking at the Ditto. Like, really, really, like, perceive him, you know? His skin looks like too flesh-like here. That's a great looking Ditto right there. Man. Boundaries cross Ditto. What a cool Ditto. Ditto Prism Star. This might be the best Ditto artwork ever. Who did Ditto the best? All right, what's the best Ditto artwork? And none of the ones that are Pokemon count. Sorry, none of these count. None of the transformed Dittos count. What's the best Ditto? And none of these count. Don't even talk to me about any of these clay ones, because obviously they're on like a different. The Kamiya Ditto is pretty sick. This one goes hard for sure. This one kind of a classic. Someone commented about the beans. What'd you have to say? This Ditto has the same weird multicolored blood cell jelly beans in the background as Phantom Forces, Gengar EX, Mega Gengar EX, Crobat, Pumpkaboo, Chandelure, Spiritomb, Venomoth, Helioptile. Still no idea what they represent. It's not all the same artist, is it? Hold on. Hold the phone, dude. No, this one's by 5-Band Graphics. There's so many jelly beans. All right, 5-band graphics used quite a few jelly beans. But there are jelly beans outside of 5-band graphics. Honestly, the jelly beans look kind of sweet, so... Phantom Forces introduced Dimension Valley, which seems to be the source of the jelly beans. It's at the Dimension Valley. It's the Phantom Zone. The jelly bean. It's the Phantom. It's the Phantom Zone. All right, let's see. Phantom Forces Pokemon. All right, we're getting to the bottom of this. All right. Bulbapedia. Bulbapedia, they know everything. All right. So what was the Phantom Force? Phantom Gate was the name of the Japanese set. Cool. Maybe it's the Phantom Gate. That's the name of this attack. Whoa. Gold Mega Charizard X. This is something that will, like, never make sense to me. All right? You've got Gold Mega Charizard X. This card, I don't know, $700, right? But then, like, older versions of the card... Like, older versions of Charizard and, like, explicitly more rare Charizards do not cost $700. Like, this one is less expensive than that. That just doesn't make sense to me. It's because of the mega factor, I guess? I mean, it's all supply and demand, right? So, like, something that I've kind of, like, come to realize is that it's easier for a card to be kind of, like, hype. It's easier for a card to be hype beasted if there's more of the card, right? It's hard to hype beast, and, like, everything kind of exists on social media nowadays, right? So, like, it's kind of hard to hype beast rarer cards, right? They don't hype beast as well because you can't just, like, hoot and holler about them on social media as much. Like, to me, like, this Charizard is way more cool and way more rare than this card. This card's from Expedition. It's super old. Is really rare, but, like, they're similar price points, which kind of blows my mind, right? Yeah, that blows my mind for sure. It's Black Charizard with blue flames. It's beyond that, dude. I mean, it's the Umbreon. Like, just look up Umbreon, right? All right. Objectively, this Umbreon is so much harder to find than both of these, right? But these can get hype beasted on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because they're new. So, like, they get hype beasted on social media and it inflates the price. But this one is so much harder to find And in my opinion, is way more cool because this is like a rarer card. Same with this one. This Skyridge Umbreon right here, so much more cool than a Moonbreon. It's from Skyridge. Skyridge is one of the rarest sets that there is. But like, it blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind that Aquapolis Umbreon, like this one's even got like the rooftop thing going on. There's a huge moon in the background. It's a gorgeous card. Selling for under $1,000. You know what I mean? Like, they claim to have a near mint for 600. That's crazy. Like, this card, objectively, way more rare. Like, exceedingly more rare. And I think the artwork looks better. I mean, personally, this one's by Arita. In my mind, it's not nostalgia goggles, bro. Arita is one of the greatest artists in the Pokemon TCG history. Like, Arita is arguably the GOAT artist. Like, if I could have anybody sign a Pokemon card for me, it'd be like Ken Sugimori or Arita. Those are the two, right? And honestly, I'd probably just pick Arita because Arita has done many of my favorite artworks in the game's history. Like, for the longest period of time. Arita's been there since the beginning and is still creating some of the best artworks in the game today. So, like, no, it's not even just a matter of the artwork. It's like, I don't know, people are kind of like really hyped for the gaudy stuff right now. It's just kind of what's in, like, gaudy, over-decorated cards. That's kind of what people are after these days. It's what's hype. But this one's not even gaudy and over-decorated. This one just has a moon in it. I don't know. It's like collectors just decided that this card was going to be worth $1 million. Yeah, people just decide. I think the Terra one looks cooler than this one. I think this one is like medium at best. I truthfully, I do not see what people see in this card. I think that they just needed to, like, I think people just needed something to hype beast about during the pandemic, and it was born. This card's cool, but still, it's like, to me, it's no cooler than Giratina. Like, it's no cooler than this. You know, they're just these, it's this kind of like this brand or style of art, right? It's just very busy. Which honestly, I'm like not, I don't know. To me, it's gaudy and busy. I don't necessarily, like, I don't gush over these. I don't gush over these artworks at all. To me, this card is cooler than all of them. This is a Moonbreon, is it not? To me, this is like peak. Like, this is an impactful piece right here. It's so beautiful. I don't know. The blues, the hollow foil, the silhouette. Dude, it looks so good, dude. It looks so good. Right? But, like, still half the cost, less than half the cost of, like, of the new age gaudy ones. What's the word I'm saying? Gaudy? Extravagantly bright and showy. Tasteless. That's how I'm describing it. Gaudy. Over extravagant, bright, showy, tasteless. Yes. So for me, like, these cards don't do it for me, really. I don't think they're as cool. It's not just a matter of, like, making the card as busy as possible, you know? That's not... Is that like the end game of like the cool Pokemon cards? Just like pile up as many patterns and... All of the tag teams are Arita. All of them. That's why they all look amazing, dude. The tag teams are all starting to pop right now as far as their prices go. Yeah, Arita literally did all the regular tag team arts. The regular ones, not the full arts. Not the full arts, but all the regular ones are all Arita. That's why they all look so freaking good, dude. All of them got this like incredible illustrated quality. They all look great. Yup. It's because they're all Arita, dude. They all look incredible. This one looks so good. This one looks good. I do like this one a lot. And tag teams are starting to go up for sure. This card looks so good. This card looks so good. Armin Pro says, good illustrations seem to be the most important thing to the collector community. It's not. It's a combination of rare with like... The collector community really likes gaudiness right now. They really like this. Over extravagance. Because like when you say a good illustration, like obviously everybody who gets commissioned to make artwork for Pokemon cards is capable of a good illustration, right? Everybody. So what is a good illustration, right? So like the collector community kind of is rallied around the gaudiest cards, the showiest cards. Like the card, there has to be a combination of like gaudy, iconic, and rare, right? Because it can't just be a cool artwork that's easy to get, and it can't just be a cool artwork on a Pokemon nobody cares about, right? It's got to be a combination of like of all those things. Like this card was decided that it was going to be $1 million. And the other factor is its ability to be pumped on social media, for sure, right? This card, probably because this card's just kind of iconic with the heart in the middle. I think it's the uniqueness of Latios and Latias with the heart. Like, I could see why this card's expensive, but also I can't. It's all about desirability, right? People like this card. It's cool. I get it. To me, this card makes a lot more sense to be worth a lot of money. This card makes more sense to be worth a lot of money over the Umbreons. To me, like this card makes sense. Because this one's like, it's a tag team, it's unique. So like I get this one. This one's not overly gaudy, right? It's actually quite simple. This card's just epic, right? It's epic. It's simple. It's executed well. It's got incredible artwork. It's got iconic Pokemon. They're in an iconic pose. To me, like putting an Umbreon in front of a moon, everybody has done that. But this is Latias and Latios, like forming a heart together. It's cool, right? It's cool. So like I get why this one costs so much money. I do. to me, this one's not just like hype beast. Like this one makes sense. It's like one of the most iconic illustrated rares. Natalie and I had this card sitting unsleeved in a box, and we finally sold it because it was worth way too much money. We were like, oh yeah, we got to get rid of this card for sure. Just send it. We sold it for like, I don't know, $500 or something. Just get it out of here. Right. The hype beast culture really drives the price of a card. Yes, if an influencer is like actively trying to pull a card, that is going to... But do you see what I'm saying? Like influencers can't try to pull older cards, which in my opinion, because the packs don't exist, right? You can conceivably find packs of team up around, right? It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's going to cost quite a bit, but like it's not going to be as bad as trying to open a pack of Expedition or Skyridge, right? So yeah. To me, but I that's like the social media effect, right? Is that, you know, hype beast pack breakers can pump the price of cards. It always... Which, honestly, I don't really mind because, like, I prefer to collect the older cards. So it doesn't really bother me none because it keeps the price of the cards that I want to buy, like, you know, within reason. And, you know, those new age cards being very expensive is very good for full grip games. So that's fine. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. People like what people like. What is my desktop? Is this your first time here? Round number 4, folks. Let's go. 4 of 6. We're over the halfway mark. Let's go. Let's see. We got Zach Praw versus Nate Brown. Both players 3-0 heading into this round. Let's party. Round number 4 is underway. We've got Nate Brown versus Zach Praw. And it looks like Zach is playing, you guessed it, Raging Bolt EX. Zach is a big Raging Bolt fan. And has been playing this deck since rotation. I think has been playing Raging Bolt since pre-rotation. And then, yeah, he's been playing Raging Bolt, I think, for like the last couple years. Just since Raging Bolt became a deck, I think Zach has been playing it exclusively. To my knowledge, Zach does not ask themselves what deck they are going to play before going to a tournament. They just are going to play Raging Bolt every single time. That's just my understanding of how Zach operates. They just play Raging Bolt, ask no questions, and have been operating like that since the card since at least Teal Mask Ogerpon came out. And you know what? That is that's just how it goes. And I respect that. I used to operate like that too. Most definitely. During the black and white era, I played exclusively Blastoise. And then when Virizion Genesect came out, I started playing exclusively Raybor. There was a while where I was playing exclusively Mew VMAX. Something really nice about playing a comfort deck. Now, I don't know much about Nate as a player. They are part of a group of players here at Full Grip who are Magic the Gathering natives, right? So like they've been playing Magic the Gathering and have just recently started switching over to also play the Pokemon TCG. And it's exciting that we've got Nate's first time on stream here at the Full Grip Games League Challenge. I know a lot of the Magic the Gathering regulars were starting to experiment with playing Pokemon cards with Gym Leader Challenge format, and now we see Nate here 3-0 at the League Challenge. And to me, it's really awesome to see players kind of cross over and play different games. I mean, obviously, Ian Robb's kind of a huge inspiration. One of the best Pokemon players in the world. Also just finished in the finals of a huge Magic the Gathering Pro Tour. Which is incredible, right? So I think, Ian being able to finish in the top 8 of back-to-back Pro Tours is just absolutely crazy. And showing his versatility, being able to play both games at a high level is obviously not something that is very easy to do. I don't know about you guys, but playing a card game is like learning a language, right? It's literally like learning an entire language, and being able to speak fluently in multiple languages at like a very high level is, to me, it's incredibly impressive. So, and then not only that, it's like a language that changes, you know, like the metagame changes constantly. So being able to like keep up with multiple metagames all at once, to me, it's really fascinating. And I always have a lot of respect for players that can operate in multiple games. Looks like Nate is setting up their board right now. I don't know that I would want to see Fezandipity and Clefairy down on Nate's board yet. Having those EX Pokemon in play early, certainly a big liability, as it allows the Raging Bolt player to target those Pokemon down and take pointed knockouts. If Zach can, for instance, fire off a Prime Catcher, chase down Fezandipity or Clefairy, then Zach can start trading with a 2-prizer, you know, right from the get-go, which would be very good. So Nate's got Bravery Charm and Psychic Energy, 2 Clefairy, and a pass. And let's see what Zach has got going on with Raging Bolts. Teal Dance to Ogerpon. And then we do see it's got Noctowl in hand, and Zach can go Jewel Seeker. Search for 2 trainer cards. And it's looking like a boss's orders is potentially going to get pulled up. And if Zach just takes boss knockout on Nate's only Ralts with the Teal Mask, right? Zach can limit their bench so that Zach only has 4 bench Pokemon, right? So then Clefairy's Full Moon Rondo would be limited to doing just 200 damage, which would be 10 damage short of the knockout. And I do think that Nate kind of overextended their bench a little bit, didn't leave room for 2 Ralts, and this is going to put Zach in a position where they could just target down Ralts back-to-back turns. And here's the boss's orders. Ralts in the active spot. Myriad Leaf Shower takes the knockout. 120 damage. And Zach goes down and just 5 prizes remaining. Nate now can use Artisan to go probably fish out another Ralt, if I have to guess. And Nate does have the Shaman down, which can protect Ralts from Bench Snipe, from the Little Raging Bolt. But still, if Nate's just laying down a single Ralts at a time, Zach does have probably 3 gusting options in their deck and could conceivably chase down the Ralts each of the next couple turns. I don't think that that's going to be an ideal play for Zach. I think at a certain point, Zach's got to save those gust cards in the deck for later. And Zach will probably just be content to say, like, all right, I'll take a single prize, you'll miss the knockout, and then I'll take 2 prizes against your Clefairy. So I would probably want to see Zach pivot to a Raging Bolt this next turn, take out the Clefairy, and then still have 2 gust options left in your deck to finish off the game. I think at this point, if Zach just focuses their energy on building their board and stabilizing, making sure that they can respond to their Pokemon getting knocked out every turn, then Zach should just win the trade from here. Especially, you know, there's only bench space for 1 Ralt, so like forcing Nate to get forcing Nate to get a rare candy Guardy this next turn will probably be pretty tough. All right, looks like Nate's got the fully loaded Clefairy, so we're going to see that Full Moon Rondo. But it is just 10 damage short of the knockout. So 200 damage dealt to the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Let's see where Zach decides to go from here. I want to see Zach take a knockout on this Clefairy with a Raging Bolt. I think that would be probably setting them up for the best. Or you could go, what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, You could go 2 more grass energy to the active Teal Mask and knock it out that way. And we do see the fighting energy has made its way onto the Teal Mask. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Yeah, this is actually it. This is knockout. You don't need 2 energy. And then with the jamming tower, that is a KO. So I don't mind this play from Zach at all. I actually think I prefer it, taking the knockout with the Teal Mask Ogerpon. It's the best play because a way that Nate could potentially try to skip ahead in this game would be to take a 4-prize turn. Use Monkey Dory to put the final 10 damage onto Teal Mask Ogerpon while also taking a 2-prize knockout on a Raging Bolt. That would be an awful lot to put together this turn, but it is possible. So Zach kind of playing around that by taking the knockout with the Teal Mask Ogerpon, saying, okay, if you do get the absolute stones here, right, and you get Rare Candy, Guardy, and Dark Energy to Monkey Dory, Adrenabrain, knock out my Teal Mask. I mean, it's possible for Nate to take a 4-prize turn this turn. It's possible. But it is going to be tough to put. It's going to be tough to put all that together. So let's see what Nate can do. I've got Ultra Ball and Rare Candy in hand, so that is certainly a start. And Secret Box to help put it all together. Ultra Ball can go get the Guardy. So we've got Rare Candy Guardy happening right now. Oh, just a third Monkey? Also coming down into play. Holy smokes. Night Stretcher can bring back Darkness Energy. All right, so we've got the Darkness to the Monkey. I don't think that I would have liked to see the third Monkey go down. I feel like this board is just extremely precarious with only 1 Guardy on it. I also think that I would have liked to see Flip the Script happen maybe after Iono. Do see a Ralt here in Nate's hand. So I definitely would have liked to see, I think maybe that third Monkey be either a backup attacker or another Ralt. Right now, I mean, if Nate gets their only Gardevoir EX knocked out, there's not really anything else going on Nate's board. And there's a couple reasons for that. The Shaman is kind of taking up an unnecessary bench spot, I would say. That could have just been 2 Ralts from the beginning instead of one Ralt in the Shaman. I think it's just correct to do that. And now Nate just has to take this knockout with the Gardevoir EX. And that does tie things up at 3-3 prizes, but did Nate actually not play Iono this turn? So maybe they'd already played a supporter. That could be my bad. But Zach just has a huge hand to operate with now. And if Zach could just knock out this Gardevoir, the game is effectively over. So really, not a lot that Zach has to do here. The play pretty much makes itself. Yasada to the Raging Bolt, retreat into Bolt, take the knockout. And then Nate does not have a backup Gardevoir. Yeah, Nate played Arven for turn. Okay, so yeah, could not have played Iono. Played Arven to get the Rare Candy Guardy play. And now Zach just has to get enough energy into play to knock out this Guardy. So does need 4 energy. So that's going to require a couple of Teal Dances. I mean, Zach did only use Sada for 1 this turn. So we're going to need to see 2 Teal Dance in order for Zach to take this knockout. Area 0 Underdepths is a key part of this. We've also got Fez hitting the bench. Flip the script. I mean, Zach is going to have unlimited resources to work with here. We've got the energy retrieval. We've got a second Teal Mask in hand. I mean, it's all right here. Very easy KO, and this should just be game. The 2 grass energy out of the discard pile with the energy retrieval. And I don't really know what, not too much to think about. Energy retrieval for the grass. We go Teal Dance, 280. Your only Gardevoir is gone. And here comes the energy retrieval. Yep. Just slap those grass energy onto the Teal Dancers. 1, and then the second. And then Bellowing Thunder can do 280 damage. For the knockout. And that would take Zach down to just a single prize remaining. Not really any way for Zach to get this one messed up. I think Nate's board is just built a little lopsided right now. No backup Gardevoir, too many monkeys. The Shaman, I think from the very beginning, should have been a backup Ralts. And now Nate's only Gardevoir is about to go down. And it looks like Zach's going to play an Ultra Ball. Sure, just to play a couple cards out of their hand. Get Slitherwing. Doesn't really seem like it's for any specific reason. Just to kind of thin some cards out. And then there shouldn't really be any retaliation from Nate this next turn. And here we go. Bellowing Thunder for the big one-hit KO on Nate's only Gardevoir EX. That goes down to 1 prize remaining. And I have to think that Nate's luck may have run out here. They've got a Ralts down. Sure, they can Mind Bend with Monkey Dory. But all Zach would have to do is Prime Catcher, retreat, attack with a different Pokemon. I mean, there's lots of ways to play out of the Mind Bend for sure. And it looks like it's going to be an Iono from Nate. So Zach going to go to just 1 prize, 1 card remaining in hand, but does have a Mew on the bench. So can fill back up to 3. And then Nate's got to flip the script, draw 3 more, Pheasantipity. It's got Ultra Ball, but it doesn't really matter right now. Counter Catcher doesn't really matter because Hoot Hoot's got 70 hit points, so can't take... I mean, and there's 2 Hoot Hoot anyway, so... I feel like your best bet, probably just Mind Bend. The Raging Bolt. And hope that Zach doesn't have anything. There we go, Mind Bend. What does Zach have? Mew for 1. And what are these 3 cards? Ultra Ball and Briar. Noctowl, and Noctowl can go get... Honestly, Prime and Sada should, like, almost guarantee it. Crispin and Sada, or Crispin and Prime would guarantee it if there were enough energy in deck. Yeah, I like Sada plus Ultra Ball for another Owl. Does make... that's probably just it. Because then you could guarantee get the second Owl to go get... Or the third Owl to go get Prime Catcher and a Vessel if you needed it. But Zach gonna live a little dangerously here. Maybe they were out of Ultra Balls. Possibility. Sada's Vitality gets 1 energy from the discard pile. To the Raging Bolt. Is this Raging Bolt not confused? The Raging Bolt's supposed to be confused, right? Is the Raging Bolt is confused, right? Is it confused? The bolt, the active bolt. Confused. Confusion. Yes, thank you. And Zach just has to pass, actually, so... Is unable to piece together the win there. And now things can get interesting. Does Nate have a play? Iono back to 1. Prime Catcher back to the bottom of the deck. No flipping the script. Not a lot to do here. Just 60 damage with Monkey Dory. Sure. All right, and here's Sada again. Mew for 1 first. Crispin and Sada. And Palpad. And you got to just Sada to the bolts. Another single energy Sada. We've got Grass Energy. Night Stretcher. If there's a Noctowl in the discard pile, that would be game, but I don't think there is. Teal Dance. Fighting Energy. And is this thing going to have to come down to a coin flip? Are we flipping for it, Zach? We feeling flippy? No, no flip. No flip for game. I think you flip there. I don't think that the 30 damage makes any difference. Like, flip the coin, right? The 30 damage makes zero difference on the outcome of this game. You got to flip there. Yeah. You definitely have to flip there. Right. If you flip tails, you don't have to discard energy. So, the 30 damage is meaningless. Absolutely. All right, Zach's got Night Stretcher, can bring back a grass energy. There's like so little required for Zach to win this game, but they have not been able to piece together the required cards to get it done. At this point, all they have to do is retreat the bolts and attack with Teal Mask. Crispin, there is a lightning and a grass. That will do it. The lightning can accelerate to the active retreat, and Teal Mask will take the win. Myriad Leaf Shower for game. Zach Pra emerges victorious in round number 4 of 6 here at the Full Grip Games League Challenge. The very first league challenge of the 2026 World Championship season. Players out here competing for store credits, competing for championship points. Competing for pride, for glory. First place taking home $110 store credit tonight. Second place gets $90. And then third and fourth both netting $70. We've still got 2 matches left to play here on stream. So I'm going to take a quick break before we get into round number 5 of 6. Hang tight, folks. Thanks so much for being here. We'll be back in just a minute with round number 5 here, the Full Grip Games Standard League Challenge. We've also got a huge sale happening this 4th of July, this Friday, 15% off everything site-wide at fullgripgames.com. The sale runs July 4th to 11th. So make sure to check out the sale when the sale goes live on Friday. I'll be right back. All right, folks, round number 5 is upon us. Let's go. Thank you so much for the patience as we prepare for our 5th of 6 rounds here at the Full Grip Games Standard League Challenge. Giddy up, let's go. We've got an exciting round number 5 coming your way. Benjamin Peacock on the right versus Joe Rowe on the left. I think both these players are 4-0. Let's see. Heather has not updated me on their records, so we're going to assume they're 4-0 unless I am told otherwise. Let's go. Let's go. It looks like Ben is playing Dragapult's Charizard, or maybe just Dragapult. Maybe Joe is playing. Is this yet another Raging Bolt? Could it be? All right, these are not 4-0. We are 3-0-1 versus 3-1. And this round is underway. No, this is not a Raging Bolt. All right. Did we dodge Bolt? Is this the first stream round with no bolts? Still a Noctowl deck, but I mean, it is different. Joe Rowe going first. Got a fan call for a couple of Hoot and a Noctowl. And let's see. I think Joe might be playing either Terrabox or Eevees. So let's see what kind of deck this is from Joe. Also got an Ultra Ball. And maybe a Terapagos going down. Yeah, that's a turtle for sure. And grass getting discarded as well. There's 2 grass in Joe's hand, but I see this Psychic Energy. And it's looking like it's probably a Terrabox deck. Judging by the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Probably not Eevees, so Joe is looking to be playing Terrabox. He's got the tie on his record, which is worth noting. Full Grip is playing without +3 turns right now. They're playing with +1, which the Pokemon Company International announced that the 2026 championship season is going to be played without +3 turns. It is unclear from TPCI as to when that new ruling is supposed to go into effect, as they have not announced any effectiveness date anywhere on their websites. Allegedly, they have responded to some support tickets. Right, according to support ticket, but that's not an official statement, though. Like, responding to someone's individual support ticket is not an official statement from the Pokemon Company, right? Like, you can't operate like that. If you're a company as big as the Pokemon Company, you can't expect people to just be like, oh, well, everybody surely saw that one guy's support ticket we sent, right? Like, you can't, like, that's not how things work, right? Like, oh yeah, one guy sent in a support ticket and they said September 1st to one guy. I mean, for all you know, that could be doctored or whatever. Like, they have to post it on their website for it to be official, right? So, very confusing state of affairs from the Pokemon Company International as far as guidance as to when +3 turns gets removed from competitive play. But as it is right now, our tournament organizers have decided to go with the +1 turns starting today. So whether or not whether or not the Pokemon Company International wants tournament organizers to be using the +1 turn guidance yet is unclear, because they have not made an official statement on that on their website or anything. So it's just been left for tournament organizers to kind of just wing it. So that's what we're doing. Regardless, +3 turns within a couple of months will be a thing of the past. So it doesn't really make sense to continue playing with +3 turns if it's going to get phased out anyway, right? Like, so might as well start now. I don't really, it doesn't really bother me to start now. Personally, I think 30 minutes is way more than enough time for a single game of Swiss to be determined, a single game of, Pokemon to be determined if players are playing at a reasonable pace. 30 minutes +1 is like, it's like plenty of time to finish a game of Pokemon. So, it is what it is. It doesn't really bother me. But still, I do wish that there was some official clarification from the Pokemon Company on this issue, because it is something that a lot of tournament organizers are curious about right now, for sure. All right, Joe has got a Crispin this turn. Looks like he's going to get an energy on to Fan Rotom. Fan Rotom going to be able to take a knockout on this Badoo, who has inflicted item lock with the Itchy Pollen. We also see from Ben's board that he's playing Dragapult with Charizard. And Fan Rotom going to take that first knockout for Joe. Assault Landing for 70 damage, and he's going to go down to 5 prizes remaining. Ben's got to flip the script, can draw 3 cards, because one of his Pokemon was knocked out last turn. Gets an energy drop onto Dreepy and Iono. Going to send these cards to the bottom of each player's deck, and they'll get to draw a card for each of their remaining prize cards. Ben going to get 6, and Joe will get 5. And let's see. Ben would love to find some of his Stage 1 Pokemon right now. Does not have any Dracloak in play, and I don't see one. There is one Ultra Ball. So going to have to sacrifice some cards if he wants to get a Dracloak online, and I know that he will want to. It's certainly worth it. Dracloak, it's got the Recon Directive ability, so can churn through the deck a little bit. But then, most importantly, is the middle stage that you need to have in play in order to get the powerful Dragapult EX online. The Phantom Dive attack. 200 damage, and place 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. Classic Dragapult, am I right? Recon Directive, Buddy Buddy, and a Fire Energy. There aren't really any more Pokemon that you need unless you want, like... Yeah, what other Pokemon do you need, right? Keep the Fire Energy like that. Counter Catcher Noctowl, classic Dragapult right here. And then pass. Yep. That's about right. I'm going to drag up your owl and hope that you can't do anything about it. And we'll see if Joe can do anything about it. Joe does have Energy Switch, so could Energy Switch up to Noctowl and retreat it. This is not like the strongest looking board state, if I'm being honest. So would like to see something a little bit more powerful than a Fan Rotom make its way onto Joe's board. Joe does drop a Mew, so has access to the restart ability. But no real built-up attackers to speak of, right? It's kind of just this Fan Rotom going more like Ham Rotom, am I right? This Fan Rotom's going ham. That's why they call him Ham Rotom. So Ben looking ready for Dragapult. Promotes Dracloak. It's got an Iono. It's got to find a Dragapult. And there is a Dragapult DX right there off the flip the script. Recon Directive 2. And here is Dragapult DX. Phantom Dive. I mean, Ben is looking like he is just in the clear here. Phantom Dive, 200 damage. We're going to lay waste to this Fan Rotom. 6 damage counters placed. Will also knock out Joe's Hoot Hoot on the bench. Yeah. And that leaves Joe with pretty much nothing. Joe's got nothing. I mean, it just seems like, yeah, Joe took the quick lead with Fan Rotom, but didn't spend any of that time actually building up a strong board, and now Ben is kind of waited the couple turns to build up this Dragapult, and Dragapult should just be able to sweep here. I mean, Joe's not out of the game, so to speak. I mean, there is a combination of cards that Joe could draw into to respond to this Dragapult. All it really takes is a Crispin and a Clefairy EX, and boom, Joe is down to 2 prizes remaining, right? So, like, that would be all that's required. This is Ben's only energy in play. If Joe could pull off the Clefairy EX Crispin play this turn, I mean, Joe would be in a very good spot, but Joe's going to be losing his only Hoot Hoot, and Hoot Hoot is really the best way to ensure that you can find those game-winning pieces, right? So Ben with the big 2-prize knockout, Phantom Dive to clear the Fan Rotom and the Hoot Hoot. And what does Joe have? I see the Clefairy there. Okay, so there is a Clefairy off the top of the deck in Joe's hand. Very cool that Ben can make use of Joe's Area 0 underdepths and bench a 6th Pokemon. Because, after all, why not? And thank you so much, Charizard, for the Prime sub over on Twitch in the 52 months. Really appreciate the support. Thank you for the 52 months at the gym. All right, so Joe has got Nest Ball for Fezandipity. Needs to find Crispin. Basically has to flip the script into Crispin. And I think Joe is playing multiple Clefairy EX, it looks like. I've got Latias hitting the bench as well. Like I said, Joe has to find Crispin to be able to power up a Full Moon Rondo. Full Moon Rondo will take the knockout on Dragapult because of Clefairy's Fairy Zone ability. What do we got? Mew for 3. We've got a draw of 6 to make it happen. There's Prime Catcher. There's Brock. All right, so we've got a Teal Dance potentially. But first flip. Crispin, where is it? The Shining Pearl. Oh my God, there's a Shining Pearl in here. And there is Noctowl, but there is no Hoot Hoot in play to evolve. Teal Dance, Crispin. I do not see a Crispin, folks. The Lily's Pearl, the Spice. This is basically a Lily's Clefairy deck with the Lily's Pearl. And things are about to get really tough for Joe, as Joe is unable to find the pieces that he needed in order to take this knockout. Does have the Lily's Pearl to put onto Lily's Clefairy EX, making it so that it only gives up 1 prize as opposed to 2. That's pretty cool. But then it's just going to retreat into Noctowl and pass. Still not totally lights out for Joe yet, but not feeling great. Especially since we can see that Ben's just got boss's orders in his hand. So, yeah. That's not great for Joe. As Ben can chase down a 2-prize target. And then put himself to just 2 prizes remaining. But, all right, the supporter for turn is Judge. I really don't... Yeah, you probably shouldn't have retreated before the supporter, right? Like, don't retreat before the Judge. That doesn't make any sense. You almost always save retreating to be the final act of your turn. You can only retreat once during your turn, and you can only attack once, obviously, unless you're playing a deck that allows you to attack twice. So, like, you save the things that are, like, have some finality to them towards the end of your turn, right? You never retreat before playing a supporter, unless it's like a Guzma or something. You never retreat before playing your supporter, because you might, like, gain more information off the supporter that would change the play that you make. So you just always save those plays for the end of your turn. So would have preferred to see Joe wait until after the supporter to decide to retreat. It's good, just good routing. Ben does find boss's orders again, so it's going to bring up Mew EX with Boss, and Phantom Dive will take the knockouts. Put Ben to just 2 prizes left. And just going to place a whole bunch of singleton damage counters on all of Joe's Pokemon that have 210 hit points. Both Teal Mask Ogerpon, Pheasantipity, Latias. Just make sure that all those Pokemon go down to 200, which makes it so that Phantom Dive can knock them out, as Phantom Dive only does 200 damage. I have to say, Ben is in a very commanding spot now. Joe still not out of it, though. There is Lily's Clefairy. I mean, with the Lily's Pearl on it, Lily's Clefairy, it could certainly happen with the energy switch, right? And this is one of the reasons why I don't think Joe should have... why did Joe retreat before the Judge? Because you could have technically still hit the energy switch off of the Judge. So yeah, really a confusing line there from Joe. Yeah, energy switch off of the Teal Mask Ogerpon to the Lily's Clefairy EX, and now Joe has got a 1-hit KO on this Dragon Ball. So in order to win the game, Ben has to take either 2 single prize knockouts or knock out a Pokemon EX on the bench. Essentially has to find a Gust card, boss's orders, because Joe is going to go down to 2 prizes remaining. So Counter Catcher is not going to get turned on. Joe's got flip the script. Does find Iono, so Iono can disrupt this hand. It's pretty ideal. I mean, this Lily's Clefairy is... The Lily's Pearl, I mean, that really is the thing that is changing the dynamic of this game. Without that Lily's Pearl tool card, this game is just basically wraps, because all Ben has to do is find an out to a Charizard or a Dragapult attack, and the game's over, right? But with the Pearl, Joe basically gets to one-hit KO this Dragapult with a single prize attacker. It's crazy. So the Pearl changes everything. But Ben has got Jamming Tower. Oh my God. Ben Peacock finds Jamming Tower off of the Iono to 2. So Jamming Tower is going to turn off Lily's Pearl. So now it's a question of, does Ben find the game-winning cards? It just needs to find Rare Candy Charizard, and the game's over. All right, let's go, folks. Here it is. Full Moon Rondo, one-hit KO on the Dragapult. Joe's going to tie it up 2-2 prizes, but Ben finds the Jamming Tower. All he needs now is Rare Candy Charizard, and this game is a wrap. He's got Dragapult in hand. One fire energy there. Flip the script and Recon Directive will allow Ben to effectively see 5 cards, and there is a Rescue Stretcher with an Arvin that is very close. Recon Directive. Let's see another 2. Boss and Luminous. I don't think... Ben, you have to discard a Pokemon. You had 6 and your only Terra got knocked out. Just discard one real quick. Just discard one. Yeah. I'm not tripping, but you definitely kind of ruined the game state. But whatever, just play ball. All right. Yeah. He did have to because his only Terra got knocked out, so he had to discard one. It's true. I think Ben is kind of bodied here. I don't think that he's got the Rare Candy Charizard play. So he's got to go for Unfair Stamp. Oh my goodness. Arvin for board, Unfair Stamp. All right, folks, what do we think? Board to the monkey. Jamming Tower down. Now Joe has to discard. Gonna get rid of Noctowl. And one more. Probably the second Teal Dancer, doesn't matter, right? Like at this point, you're getting like one. It really ought to be the second Teal Dancer, right? No, because I guess the active. Yeah, I guess technically the bench Clefairy doesn't matter, because if the active Clefairy goes down, you lose, right? No, you don't lose, right? Because it's got the Pearl on it. But there's a Jamming Tower. So, yeah, I don't know. I could see either the Teal Mask or the Clefairy. All right, we've got Dragapult and Unfair Stamp. If Ben finds Rare Candy Charizard off of the Unfair Stamp, then he wins instantaneously. Does he get it? Can he find the game-winning pieces? Rare Candy Charizard in this game is lights out. He's got 5 cards. Joe just going to get 2. Joe going to give him the Shuffle Cut of Doom. And 5 big ones. Yeah, well, that certainly ain't it. Okay, so now Ben in a position where he needs to not lose. If Joe finds boss's orders, this game is over. Wow. Ben unable to muster up a response to the Clefairy. And a pass turn. And the TM evolution does not get discarded because of Jamming Tower. That's super funny. Jamming Tower makes it so the tool cards have no effect. But they're still tool cards, so they stay in play. Let's see what Joe has now. Just 3 cards in hand. Off the unfair stamp. He's going to free retreat with Latias into... Blood Moon Ursaluna. It does have energy switch. But is it worth it? I guess so, right? You have to keep going, I think. So Blood Moon. And it's not like Joe had anything better to wait for. I think the longer you wait, probably the more chance you give the Dragapult deck to win. But now Ben is in a situation where he does not win. Well, he does win. If he finds Rare Candy Charizard, he wins, because he could just retreat into Charizard and knock out the Blood Moon with Charizard. But has to play Iono as his supporter for turn, which is sketchy, because that only draws 2 cards. And it's not like you're going to find Rare Candy Charizard off of 2. I mean, you technically could. Dude still misses the Rare Candy Charizard, so does not have it. No Rare Candy to be found. And now all Joe needs is a single energy card, and he can retreat Blood Moon into Clefairy and win. He's got Super Rod, throw a couple fire energy. And it's Prime Catcher. Oh my gosh. Prime Catcher for game. And Joe is going to take the win. Going to 4-0-1. Joe with the Iono to 1. And Prime Catcher. The perfect draw off of Iono to 1. And Joe Rowe taking down Ben Peacock with the Terra Box deck, advancing to 4-0-1. That's crazy that Joe did reveal Prime Catcher. If you're Ben Peacock, you could be like, I retreat into Badoo and Ichipala. Like, I don't think Ben was done resolving his turn yet. So, like, there's a hypothetical route where Joe reveals I have Prime for game, and Ben is like, I retreated to Badoo and Ichipala. So you should not have done that. Like, do never in a single game. Sometimes if you're playing a 50-minute best of 3 and you know that you have like guaranteed win in hand, sometimes to like flash your opponent the win to just say like, hey, just scoop, like I have win. Like the only reason I ever can really justify that is if you're in a 50-minute best of 3 and you're trying to like speed the set along because there isn't enough time to play 3 games of Pokemon in 50 minutes. But in single game Swiss, no, do not do that. Do not do that. It's not worth it. Not worth it. You know? So, because there's always, especially there, your win is an item card. Your opponent could just be like, I retreat. I retreat and I item lock. He was still playing through his turn, you know? So, anyways, exciting win for Joe Rowe. And Joe now 4-0-1. And we've got our final 6th round coming up here shortly. The exciting conclusion to the Full Grip Games League Challenge. Looks like we still have a couple players in a game. But time is getting ready to expire. So those players are going to go to +1 turn. Show Squirtle. Show Squirtle. Show Squirtle. Show Squirtle. Show Squirtle. Show Squirtle. I just want to see Squirtle. Oh, yeah. Show Badoo. Show Badoo with sombrero. Look at him. He's so nice. He's a Badoo with a sombrero. A very handsome fellow. A lot of strong, oh, thank you. A lot of strong Pokemon out here in the audience tonight. There he is. He's looking good. He is ready to party. Yeah, thank you, Natalie, for that Prime sub. I appreciate it, Natalie. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the support. Dang, you're cutting off my view. What is Magic the Gathering? Is it... Oh, okay. It's Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and Digimon all at once. Okay, I see. They like all of the trading card games. All the trading card games. Oh, and Dragon Ball. This guy needs a margarita. So true. So true. Yeah, this guy is ready for a margarita for sure. I don't know, why does Badoo look so cute with a sombrero on? What is it about Badoo that makes it really fitting for a sombrero? I don't know. Looks like that Pokemon was made to wear a sombrero. All right, all of our players have finished their rounds. We are ready for our 6th and final round. Show pack. Show pack. Was that collusion? Did we just witness collusion there, folks? I saw a pack get exchanged. I'm watching you guys. Got my eyes on you. Back to Badoo. The 6th round will be going up any second now. I wonder if it's going to be a Zach Praw, Joe Rowe finals. Who do you think wins that? You think it's going to be Zach Praw with Raging Bolt or Joe Rowe with the Clefairy box? It's not even Terra box. It's Clefairy box. It's just Clefairy. All right, surely the round is going up right now. Surely. Look at all these excited players ready to game. Here we are. The reading of the pairings. And here we go. Sixth and final round getting paired now. And John Patterson making a reappearance. For round number 6. And who will John's opponent be? I feel like John Patterson deserves a fan club. You know, we got the Franimaniacs, the Franimals. John Patterson. If John Patterson's fan club is one person, it's me. Oh, thank God Sombrero Badoo is back on stream. You know, I won't let you play with playmats on my beautiful Pokeball stream table, but you are more than welcome to adorn your side of the table with a plushie of choice. I feel like he needs like a little margarita. Do you know what I mean? Like just a little one to just like sit next to him. But the margarita should probably be like, you know, relative to his size, should still probably be pretty big. Yeah, I would say like probably like 2 inches tall is the size of the margarita that I think, you know. It would just look so good. And then like a little straw, you know. All right, so our final round, Tyler Price on the rights is 4-1, and John Patterson is 5-0. You're only undefeated so far. John Patterson 5-0 with a chase pack of 4-1s. This is John's league challenge to lose, folks. John's league challenge to lose. He is 5-0. Tyler Price is 4-1. Tyler has an opportunity to play the role of disruptor here. If Tyler wins, then it comes down to resistance, as there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 4-1s right now. And John Patterson is the lone 5-0. So it's all going to come down to which of those X and 1 players has the best resistance. That's if John Patterson loses this game. If John Patterson wins this game, then he is a guaranteed winner tonight. Wins or ties, okay? Win or tie, John has guaranteed win. But if Tyler wins, then Tyler will probably have the best resistance having played against John. I have to imagine Tyler would have a very good resistance, and resistance would be the tiebreaker. So we'll see how this one goes. John is going first. I think that going first in the Bolt Mirror is ideal. It's just pretty ideal. In the Bolt Mirror, you're going to want to go 2, 4, 6, obviously. And having the ability to be the first one to chase down one of your opponent's 2 prize Pokemon is very good. Going first also gives you an opportunity to be the first person to evolve your Noctowl into play. So you could Jewel Seeker before your opponent does. And it looks like John has got a couple of Hoot Hoot and a Teal Mask. No Fan Rotom or anything, but honestly, I think I see a Noctowl in hand. So pair of Hoot Hoot is just fine. And let's see what Tyler does in response. Got a Bolt Down. I think it's Sada in hand, but like nothing else. So may have to retreat this Hoot Hoot in order to Sada, right? And that's exactly what we see from Tyler. Not an ideal start by any means, but sufficient to get moving a little bit. We'll draw 3 cards off of the Sada. Bench Teal Mask Ogerpon. Teal Dance. Another energy into play, and honestly, it's not too bad. Crispin for next turn, and Tyler will be moving. But for now, probably just going to have to pass with the Raging Bolt active. This is not a hand that I think that you Burst Roar. And I'm sure that that's what Tyler is weighing right now. I mean, there's a Crispin in here. It seems pretty good. I guess it could be better, right? But no, I don't really like Burst Roaring all that. There's a Noctowl in there. Yeah, don't Burst Roar. There's a Noctowl in there. Do not Burst Roar. No way. All right, let's see what John has got in response. Tyler passes. Now, when Tyler passes without using Burst Roar, you do know that Tyler's hand is at least pretty good, like of a reasonable quality, right? So you have that knowledge. And John's got basically one Noctowl to figure this all out. How do I go from 0 energy to 4 energy this turn? Crispin Prime gets you there, actually, because you can Prime Catcher, and that's actually a crazy call from John, because with Crispin Prime, you can actually knock out the Teal Mask Ogerpon, and then Tyler may not have the cards he needs to actually be able to use Noctowl, because his only Terra Pokemon will get knocked out. So this is a really heads-up play from John. Crispin can grab the Grass Energy and the Lightning. He's already got the Fighting in hand. He can accelerate the Grass Energy into play with Teal Dance, and then Crispin will accelerate an energy. You can attach from hand for turn. That's 3 energy, and Bellowing Thunder will be able to do 210 damage. Teal Dance, another Grass is found, and with the attachment from hand, here we go, Prime Catcher. John is going to be the first one to take 2 prizes in this match. And this could be a huge setback for Tyler. Let's see. And Bellowing Thunder has to discard all 3 energy from play. But Tyler's only Terra Pokemon gets knocked out. Keep in mind, that means Jewel Seeker will not work. Vessel. And Tyler does have Crispin in hand, so can accelerate 2 energy onto the active bolt, but that will only do 210 damage. So Tyler needs that Teal Mask in play in order to have that extra energy to take the knockout, needs that Teal Mask in order to use knockout. And I think that Tyler is just stuck up a river without a paddle right now, cannot actually piece together the play he needs to take a response. The Teal Mask Ogerpon was a huge part of Tyler's plan. So what do you do from here? You're looking at, like, you've got the Iron Leaves in your hand, right? Like, doesn't quite do it. I almost think it's like Crispin. It's so bad. Is it like Crispin and then you get like a grass and a fighting, and then maybe you like put the Iron Leaves down and have it like jump itself into the active spot just so that you can have the Iron Leaves in the active instead of your bolt? Like, is it something like that, right? Because you don't want to just leave this bolt there. It doesn't feel great. Yeah, and I think Tyler is coming to terms with that. Yep, and here comes the Leaves into the active spots. And then do you retreat to Hoot Hoot? Like, it doesn't, it's not great, right? You can't retreat to Hoot Hoot. You kind of need this. I think it's just got to be a pass. You can energy switch the energy back to Raging Bolt, I guess, to try and pinch an energy. You retreat into Hoot Hoot. Oh, yep, that also feels bad, though. And, yeah, Tyler caught between a rock and a hard place right now, just not having a good time. We'll see if John is able to stream another attack. He's got Fez and Crispin. Crispin should allow John to find another lightning and another fighting from the deck, which will allow him to keep the pressure on by taking a knockout on this Hoot Hoot. And then Nestball could go get a card like Mew. Wouldn't hate to just have some consistency Pokemon on the bench right now. John does have Crispin and is going to be able to get those 2 energy onto the Raging Bolts. Yeah, I don't hate like Nestball for a Mew. I mean, just having Mew down just feels right all the time. It's just always good to have Mew EX down. Pretty much always. Of course, there are situations where it is not good, but you get to the middle of the game and you like don't have Fez down yet because you like don't really want to put Fez down, but you can like reveal Mew. You can like put Mew down, right? Because people will gust your Fez to knock it out, but nobody's gusting the Mew to knock it out. And John will just take the single prize knockouts on the Hoot Hoot. Does Tyler draw out of it? Top deck is oh no, Slitherwing. Not what you want to see. And John is routing this game to perfection. The final game, if he could take 3 more prize cards, he wins the league challenge with a perfect 6-0 record Tyler just doing everything that he can to try and stay in this game. And this is what I was thinking, like, last turn, I think I almost prefer Tyler to energy switch that grass back to the Raging Bolt and just leave the Iron Leaves in the active spot. I mean, at least then you manually attach to your Raging Bolt and just take the knockout and just hope that John doesn't have anything. It's probably also a losing play. I don't feel like Tyler really has many winning lines from this position. Right? Like, certainly not. You're like, what's your game-winning play here? Turo? And then, like, Iron Leaves back up to the active? And then energy switch the grass back? Like, is that what we're doing? Yeah, right? You Turo the Iron Leaves. You put it back down. All right, and Tyler has got Slitherwing, Stomp Off. Still not where he wants to be. He's got an energy switch up to the Slitherwing to try and disrupt a little bit. We've got Sada. So John's going to work on that second bolt, and that's pretty much what he needs to sure up the win. Just more energy. I'm hearing from the Twitch chatters and the YouTubers that apparently Northeast Ohio has a large Raging Bolt per capita. Apparently, Raging Bolt is just extremely popular up here. I don't know. I think the deck is broken, so I get it. If it's, in my opinion, Raging Bolt should be on stream every single round because it's the best deck. I think it's the best deck by a lot. And it just won Japan's Champions League, you know? Freaking 5,000 player tournament, undefeated. So, for me, it's a no-brainer why Raging Bolt's on stream every round, because it's a broken deck. Deck is correct. All right, John is going to take this knockout. Bellowing Thunder. And we'll go to 2 prizes. And what can Tyler do? Just a single lightning. And restart for 2. Teal Dance for 1. And it's looking like a Burst Roar angle. It's not. Tyler just unable to do anything. And all John needs is a single energy. He's got boss in hand. I don't actually think John has win here. As crazy as this is, John does not have it. He's just a little short. He's got 2 energy. He's got boss, but he needs a 3rd energy. If he could just attach an energy from hand, he would win. But has to just boss and burst roar for 6 new cards. Now, John has time, pretty much infinite time to figure this out. So John is not worried. He just needs to keep calm and continue making the plays that will allow him to eventually win. Right? Like, there's absolutely zero reality where Tyler runs 6 prizes back against John's board set. There is zero reality. So all John has to do is keep calm and continue playing the game. I think if Tyler takes this knockout on the active, I still do not see a reality where Tyler can win. Because John has utilized very little resources to get to this point in the game. John has played almost nothing. I mean, still has plenty of Sada left in deck, plenty of energy left in deck, plenty of Night Stretcher left in deck, Pheasantipity on the bench, a newly drawn 6-card hand. I don't really see a reality where Tyler routes 6 straight prizes. And John's got 2 hoo-hoo as well. I mean, either of those can evolve into a Noctowl, which pretty much is going to be able to grab game-winning cards. And let's see. Teal Dance. And Prime Catcher is found. Which, Tyler's got enough energy to take whatever knockout he wants with Prime Catcher. But it's got Latias, so can just retreat, save the Prime Catcher, and Bellowing Thunder for the knockouts. So Tyler's going to take 2 prizes, and John now has to cook up a KO. He's got multiple Night Stretcher in hand, Pheasantipity, flip the script. I mean, basically all of the potential draw outs he needs. Flip the script for 3. He's also got Teal Dance twice. And he's got the grass energy in hand to do it. I'd say a single Noctowl seals this game. There's Sada. And that should do it. Sada's Vitality off the Teal Dance. And here comes the energy. 2 Raging Bolts. And then with the Lightning, Retreat, and Bellowing Thunder, we'll take the knockout. John Patterson is your League Challenge winner tonight with Raging Bolt EX. 15 championship points on the board. And it feels good to see John Patterson get a win. Just this past week, John Patterson lost a very close finals at the Gym Leader Challenge tournament. He was playing his water deck, and I think I've seen John just get very close to winning at GLC League the last couple of weeks. But John also He's a very competent standard player. He is one of the players at our league who plays both. He finished in the top 64 of, I think, the Madison Regional Championships this past year. So, John, I think that's a personal best for him at a regional, finishing in the top 64. So, starting off his 2026 season very strong with a league challenge win here tonight at Full Grip Games with Raging Bolts after a second place finish at Gym Leader Challenge League last Thursday. And John is starting off the 2026 season strong with a win here tonight. That's going to do it for the stream, folks. 6-round league challenge. That's a wrap. Raging Bolt, very popular here at Full Grip Games. And an all Raging Bolt finals. John Patterson is your winner with Raging Bolt. And you can tell I'm losing my voice. So, that, I guess, 2 streams today, and I'm still getting over a little cold I had last week. So, my voice is starting to go. I'm out of here. Y'all have a wonderful night. I'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Gym Leader Challenge League here at Full Grip Games. Full Grip Games also got a huge 15% off 4th of July sale starting, you guessed it, on the 4th of July. Runs through the 11th.